Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Liz. I post 4 beauty videos related a week. If that's the kind of content you like, then please hit that subscribe button down below and join me, because why not? In this video I am testing a full face of e.l.f. Okay, barring 4 products, they're not e.l.f. and that is powder, mascara, eye base, and I can't think of what the full thing is, so maybe it is just 3. Because my eyebrows, yeah, maybe it was just 3 items. So yeah, this is a full face. Okay, the foundation shade was off. It's a bit too yellow for me, but I must admit, I'm glad that I tested e.l.f. If you want to see my thoughts on this range, then stay tuned, because I just love makeup, and you probably know I love e.l.f. as a brand too. You know what, just to be fair, because I've got no eyeshadow primer, I am just going to carry on using my P.louise base in the shade 0. So to start off, I've got all these e.l.f. little quads, and I want to use one. I'm just not sure which one to use. Let's use Berry Bad. These little quads from e.l.f. actually retail for £3, and you get 4 shades in them. They are very pigmented. I have used a couple of them before. I haven't used this one, I've just swatched it, so let's get into it. They're so dinky as well, like, they're just tiny, but they are worth the £3. So I want to start off with this darkest brown here and just like make my crease shape. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the P.louise base actually creases in your crease. However, I've noticed that a P.louise base does actually just make the shadows more vibrant. And then I want to take this light shade here and just blend out the edges. I'm going to take a very small brush. This is a MSQ brush that I got off of Amazon. These are so good. If you ever like Jessup brushes, these are really, really good alternative. Like, I know Jessup brushes are £15 for a set, but these were £7.99 and I bought 2 sets because I absolutely love these brushes. I love that shade. It's blended out really well. Don't get me wrong, you do have to blend a little bit more than other shadows, but I think that's just because I put a lot of that darker shade down. I'm going to take the pinkier shimmer out of there and put that all over my lid. And then I've actually got some like metallic glitters, so I'm going to see if any of them suit this look. Oh my god, I love the shimmers in this palette. That just went on like a dream. I have some of these like new e.l.f. glitter shadows, and I feel like I want to use this shade here, which is called Flirty Birdie. I do really want to use this blue one day. That is a lovely blue. I'm hoping it doesn't mess up this look. Just want some of the glitter. I don't really want to change the colour. It's just made it pop a bit more. Okay, now let's just blend those harsh edges. I want to take that first brown shade that we put all in our crease, again with a small brush, and just blend out these edges. So I haven't actually got a felt tip liner or a liner from e.l.f. so I'm going to use this Lottie London Winged Woman. It's one of my newest ones, and I'm going to do that. There's only a few products that I haven't got that's e.l.f. I think it's my liner, powder, mascara, and everything else is e.l.f. I always like to start with my wing first and then join it up. Then I just get a baby wipe and clean up the edges. This is what I'm extremely excited for, because I've seen everyone and their mums using this. This was the original e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. Now they've now got a luminous and a matte one, but I wanted to try the original one first, see what I felt. And to be fair, I don't mind if I have a luminous base or a matte base. It just depends on what I feel like in the day. Usually a luminous. I know you lot might think that's weird because I'm oily skin mainly, but I just find like a luminous base just suits me so much better. So yeah, I'm gonna use this. Just gonna use a brush just to put it where I want it, and then I'll blend it out with my fingers. It's not tacky, like it's just like your skin's extra moisturized, like it's sliding a bit. But let's try it out underneath the foundation. So for foundation, I think I went a shade too dark. This is Linen. I think I should have got, Buff, I think the one down was called. But this is the Flawless Finish foundation. One of my friends from work, I think she raves about this foundation, like it just dries down so quick. So yeah, and then when you open it, it has a little pump. See how much I'll need. I'm just going to put it on one side first. It's quite a thick consistency. Quite a yellow toned foundation as well. I'd say it's a medium coverage because I can still see like some imperfections shining through, which I'm not mad at. I do think I need a little bit more on that side. So that is a very, very yellow foundation. This is way too dark for me. What I will do is powder this after with my normal powders, and that usually changes the tone of the foundation. This is just such a wrong colour for me. For concealer, I'm going in with this e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I have the shade Light Beige, and yeah, I just hope this will sort out the rest of the colour. I'm just going to blend it out straight away because I don't want it to dry and then I'm not able to move it. It is clinging to dry patches on my head. So if you like a really matte base, I think this base is for you. So maybe with this base, I'd probably need like a luminous primer. So I'm just going to go in with my favourite powders, the Stay Matte under my eyes and the L'Oreal True Match around the rest of my face, and hopefully that will dye the yellow down a bit. This is just way too yellow for me. It's very matte, the base though. So if you're someone who don't like to powder or wouldn't want to powder, I don't think you would with this. So I have two bronzers from e.l.f. to try. I have Warm and Bronze Peach. Now Warm looks like this, which I've used a few times and I actually like this. And then the Bronze Peach actually has like a darker contour looking shade and a bright blush. But I think I'm going to use the Warm one. That looks like it'd suit me a bit better. I feel like there's some sheen to it. Yeah, it's a very luminous bronzer, which again I'm not mad at. You know I like a glowy bronzer or to add highlight onto my bronzer. Then I have this tiny little blush from e.l.f. and it's in the shade Mellow Mauve. And I've had this for years. When e.l.f. first came to the UK, I bought this because it is a lovely blush. It's all coming together a bit more now. And that blush has a sheen to it as well. But we're going to add more highlight because would this be a Lizzie video without highlight? Nope. I have two highlights. I have this e.l.f. palette. It's called, it's the darker one. Then I have this collaboration with Nabela Noor. And she has a lip kit as well with them, which is lovely. And what I'm going to do is use this as my base and top up with this because it's a lovely gold colour. So I'm going to take this gold shade here first as the base. It's a very glittery one. Like there's glitter particles everywhere. That one's too glittery, so I'm going to take this middle shade here. Alright, that is much better. And you know I love highlight, so I am going to put loads of this on. It's not looking too bad now, which is great. We're going to put this one on. I've not actually ever used this, so I think this was a great one to use in this testing video. And you know it doesn't actually sift a lot in, like at the same time. That's quite good. So it is showing up a lot of texture on my skin, but I think that's because it's just very intense. So I'm just going to melt it into my skin with my beauty blender. But again, I'm not mad at it, and it might be intensifying my texture just because I'm wearing the wrong shade foundation. Like now I don't feel like it is intensifying it, but that glow is for real. So I couldn't find like an eyebrow colour that kind of matched me, so I do have this clear one, and I was hoping I could find like a cool tone brown in one of my eyeshadow palettes here. So let's have a look. So I'm using the Pumpkin Pie quad, and I'm going to take this shade here for my brows, and then I have an e.l.f. clear mascara or brow gel. It's actually double-ended, and I'm going to use that all in my brows, and we'll come back once we're done. Now they're pretty much filled in, I'm just going to use, oh, it's funny, it's got a side for lash and then it says brow, so I'm actually going to use this on my brows because I have quite thick eyebrows that like to fly wherever they want to fly. 8 of their new lipsticks. I think they're called like the Seriously Satin lipsticks. There's like, they're just see-through. They remind me of the old e.l.f. lipsticks back in the day, and yeah, I want to use a nice brown with this, and I think so it's out of Cider and Nectar. So this is Cider, which is a deeper brown. It looks more like a pinkier brown, and then Nectar, which is of course like a peachier one. I'm gonna go for Cider. And the influencer that made this collaboration with e.l.f., I have her lip kit, but I only want to use the lip liner because it's the only lip liner I own by e.l.f. And it is a lovely brown neutral shade. This looks lovely, and it looked like it would work with a lovely like pale nude shade, but we're going to go darker. It's like more reddy toned. It really blends in well with that lip liner. I was really excited when these came out. I think we should try a bit of the Nectar in the centre and lighten it up. These are so creamy. So I haven't actually put highlight in the inner corners, so I'm going to take this highlight again and put that on my inner corner, and I'm going to give my brow bone a bit of a pop today, seeing as I'm glowing everywhere. And like I said, I haven't got a mascara from e.l.f. I've literally just got here my favourite mascara, if I can find it, which is the Analingus mascara. So I will be using that. However, I've just spotted something that I didn't use, and it is this lip gloss in the shade Mauve Glitz, and it's one of their glittery lips glosses, and of course I'm going to put this over the top because I love a gloss. I can't see the shimmer, but it's a lovely gloss. Do you know what, I must admit, in natural light it's not that yellow, like it's not that bad. Once you put your full face on, it doesn't look too crazy. And you know what, I love this lip. Like, mixing all those lipsticks together was amazing. Those lipsticks for £3, I highly recommend to go and buy them. I just went outside and my dog was just sitting in the toilet. Not in the actual toilet, but just sitting on the floor. I think she's just warm. When she's warm, she finds the coolest place and just lays there. But yeah, so the lips is my favourite. I must admit, I'm actually liking my base now. Like, okay, it's a bit yellow. Okay, let's just get over that fact. I'm over it. But this lipstick is really making my teeth look whiter. I do love the base. I love the eyeshadow quads. I'm not a big fan of those liquid glitters. Not really my favourite little thing, but I am happy with the rest of the makeup. I'm loving that highlight. Okay, it picked up a bit of texture, the loose highlight, but look at it shining. It's amazing. I love that highlight. I'm completely in love with this look. So if you guys like this video, please smash it a huge thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I will see you soon. Bye guys.